talking about Micah Parsons being traded to Green Bay, and here is his agent saying that Parsons actually wanted to stay, and I think we all knew that, but he said he said that Jerry and them refused, since Jerry is the GM of the Cowboys. There's no GM, it's Jerry. So he said Jerry was refusing to talk to his agent and said that Michael Parsons' agent said he would not talk to me. He thought he could make a deal directly with Parsons without having to speak to me. And he said it just remained silent up until the point he got traded. So here he is talking.
Molly chimed back in here. My last question to you is there anything particularly emanating from this whole Micah Parsons brouhaha that you want to express to the public at large out here, as you know, as it pertains to your business, as it pertains to player representation, Micah Parsons specifically, or anything like that? Is there anything that you want to address or you want to say that you don't believe anybody is focused enough on?
I think the most important thing is that Micah wanted to be a Cowboy, right? You know, he grew up cheering for the Cowboys, you know, wore the blue and white at Penn State, wore it in the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys. He wanted to be a Cowboy. We did everything we could for him to remain a Cowboy. We reached out, and like you said, I don't really do these interviews. We try to keep the negotiations out of the media. But in this case, so much information has been put out there that we wanted to just address a couple of things. But as far as Michael is concerned, he wanted to be a Cowboy. We did everything we could. And sometimes you got to be a little careful with what you read in the media as far as what was offered to Micah, the guarantees that were offered, the APY that was offered. There's so much that goes into an NFL contract. If you look at many of these contracts that the Cowboys have done over the past few years and the recent ones, you know, the guarantees don't stretch much further than the first new year. If you look at Micah's current deal, he has guarantees into, 4 years from now. So again, there are certain things that have been put out in the media to make it look as though Micah turned down a fair or a great deal, but that's simply not the case.
And